One in 8 moms may experience postpartum depression. My name is Irene Googe, founder of Loving Lessons Pediatric Sleep Consulting, and today I want to talk to you about something that is so real that might be happening to someone you know, and it could be happening to you. I want to share that sometimes moms will go what's called the baby blues. And this isn't a disorder of any sort. It's just we've been pregnant for 9 months, and all of a sudden we've given birth, and all of a sudden we might be crying a little bit more, feeling a little bit stressed. Maybe we're a little bit sad that we're not pregnant anymore. Maybe we really enjoyed that time, or maybe we're glad that time is over. And it's our little mourning that we go through. So sometimes moms might be just going through what we call baby blues. But sometimes moms can be affected by other things, and those things can cause us additional stress, things that might put us into a different category where we might need to reach out for some support and some help. Because postpartum depression affects about 15% of new moms at any time during their first year with a new baby. And some of the symptoms you might notice are anxiety, maybe lack of energy, forgetfulness, more frequent crying, maybe sleeping problems. You know, they say sleep when baby sleeps, but you're not able to sleep at all. Maybe you have a lower self-esteem. Maybe you're feeling kind of hopeless. Maybe you're overwhelmed by everything. Maybe you're having a loss of appetite or overeating. Or maybe you're just really irritable or angry. Any of these combinations could be symptoms of postpartum depression. I want to share some myths that moms might be feeling, especially during this 4th trimester, this very gentle time in a mother and child's life, that sometimes can cause additional stress that is really not needed for mom and baby. And so, a lot of times when the baby first comes, we feel like it should be the happiest time of our life. And sometimes it just isn't, and that's okay. And, many times we feel like your needs don't matter. It's all about the baby right now. And the worst thing that you can do is not take care of you, not take care of yourself, because your baby needs you to take care of you so that you can take care of baby. And if you stop and think about the analogy that they say on the planes, put your oxygen mask on first before you put on your child's. It's about taking care of yourself so that you are able to take care of others. Another myth is that I should know everything as a mom. And we certainly don't. I've been a mother now only for 7 years, and I am still learning in this journey. And it just doesn't come. We don't have just that instinct to just know it all. We feel like we should, but we don't. And so sometimes we have to reach out for support or look for advice that works for us, that feels good to us, that works with our parenting style and kind of our thoughts and philosophies. And so, reaching out for that just right support, and sometimes you might meet with, one mom's group and you might be like, oh, I love that, or you might go there and you might be like, ooh, that was not for me. So it doesn't mean just stop right there. It means just keep looking. Maybe that just wasn't the right match for you. So sometimes we need to give it a little bit of time to explore, so we can learn from others, and kind of see what they are doing. Because again, we don't know everything there is to know about being a first-time mom or mothering our children. Another myth is that I shouldn't need help, and that's just not even practical. We all need help. As human beings, we need to, connect and support one another and help each other. And, being able to reach out and say, yes, I do need help is going to be huge. It's going to make you a great mom or dad, and it's going to be even better and beneficial for your family. And so that is what healthy families will do, is they will ask for help and find that help and support that they need. And, another myth is that bonding needs to happen immediately. And, yeah, we want to bond with our baby, but it is a process. It's going to take some time. And so, there's going to be that change that's taking place, and you're learning your baby and your baby's learning you. And so be kind and patient and gentle with yourself as you're going through this new journey as being a mom. The best thing that you can do is really take care of yourself, and take care of yourself so that you can be well. It's really important for new moms to be able to get at least 5 hours of sleep in one time frame. And that may be a little bit more challenging with a newborn. So kind of doing what it takes to get that good sleep is going to be really important, because a sleep deprived mom with a baby who doesn't have any regular sleep patterns is going to be a little bit challenging. Making sure that we're asking, our spouses for that support, or maybe that family or friends, and taking them up on their offers to be able to do for us what we can't do during this new time as a new mom. Do you do if you feel like you have some of these symptoms as you're going through this fourth trimester? Maybe it's during the first year with your baby, and you feel like, yes, I have some of these symptoms, but now what? Now what do I do? But I don't want to maybe go to the doctor and get medication. A couple things are that medication is not always the answer. There are so many other options for moms. Medication can be a possibility, but hopefully if you talk to your provider and discuss your situation, you'll be able to find that there's other ways to get that support. Some of them are just to go to therapy. Some are just going to support groups with mom with other moms who are going through the exact same thing, being able to talk about the real things going on with your baby. And then of course that social support of being able to say yes to help. I can tell you that as a mom, like a perfectionist who wants to do it all, it is really hard to say, yes, I need help. But the more I learn and practice this, the easier it gets, and then the easier it is for me to take care of myself and then give to my children what they need, and then be able to say yes to somebody else who needs help. It's always easier said than done. And so by giving yourself permission to say, you know what, it's okay that I need help, and reaching out for that, that's going to make us better and stronger in the long run. I have to be honest with you. For me, the first 3 months with my boys, I was so thankful to be a mom, and I loved my boys, but it was hard, and I did not enjoy the first 3 months because they were just really taxing on me. It was just a lot of demand, and I just didn't really fully enjoy that new mom experience, and they were just so dependent on me. And looking back, I am pretty sure that I had postpartum depression, especially with my first son, because if I really look back at my journey, my husband went in for a major surgery in July of 2006, and I was due November 8th of 2006. And so that surgery pretty much took a toll on our family, but it was going to be okay. And in September, I had two of my best friends' weddings that I was a part of, and that was all great until the day I came back from the one wedding, and I had my son on September 25th, and he was due November 8th, and he was born, and he was fine. We didn't go to the NICU. He was jaundice, and that was it. And so pretty much I had a healthy baby. But in my mind, I still thought, well, he wasn't supposed to be here till November 8th. What's wrong? What happened? And I'm pretty sure that the doctors just had my due date wrong, and that will happen. And he was 6 pounds, 9 ounces. He was a good sized baby, at that time. And, everything was okay. But the other thing is that my husband then went in for another surgery in December of that year. And so looking back at all the symptoms, being a new mom, going back to teaching in the classroom, having to figure out childcare at that time, taking care of my husband, not having family around. Luckily I did have some friend support that helped us through, which is what I really think helped get me through this time period. So, looking back at Connor's sleep issues, I often wonder, is it because I was not able to tune into my child? And because I wasn't able to tune in, we had sleep disruptions, that ended up becoming really bad habits and that ended up lasting for over 3.5 years. And so, because I wasn't taking care of myself at that time, which is one of the main reasons why I feel like I'm sharing this message with you now, because sometimes we are in that moment and we don't realize we're having help. And so, my thought is that if you're even taking a moment to be watching this video, or someone that might need this video, that it might be a crucial thing to be able to share the support that's needed. They may not need a sleep coach. They may need a lactation consultant. They may need a doula. They may need to work with a therapist. They may need to go to their OB or to their pediatrician. But they need to find that one outlet that's going to be that support to kind of help guide them through this journey, because the fourth trimester is really crucial for both mom and baby. Right below this video, you are going to find some resources for you to be able to reach out and get the help that you need. If this is for you, or you can share this with a friend or another woman that you find that she might need it. And I say woman, but it could also be dads. There's some resources also for the postpartum dad, because sometimes if mom is going through this hard time, dad is probably too. So we don't want to neglect the family unit. And, if you'll take a look down below, you'll see that there is a UNC support group for moms, and they meet on the second and fourth Tuesdays of the month. And there's Moms Supporting Moms, and they meet at Rex Hospital, and they meet on Thursdays. And so you'll want to check out the dates and times just to make sure. And of course, there's a number that you can call to be able to speak to somebody. So if you can't make it to the meetings, there's always the option to still be able to talk to someone to find that answer you need during this time where you just might be feeling a little bit more vulnerable. And you know what? Great moms, great dads, they reach out for that support and they get the help that they need. Life is hard, and life is going to give us a lot of ups and downs. But through all these, hopefully there's going to be lessons that we learn through each moment. And maybe you're going through this moment right now and you just kind of know it, but you don't really know what to do with it. So I encourage you to reach out for some support. And even if you don't have sleep issues or concerns and you just need to talk to somebody, please feel free to schedule a time to talk to me, and I will help guide you towards the right source to help you get answers to your burning questions, and find the help that you and your baby may need. Postpartum depression is real, and it's affecting 1 in 8 women. And yes, we do hear about the postpartum psychosis that affects 1 in 1,000 women. And a lot of times people think that postpartum depression means I want to hurt my baby, and that certainly doesn't mean it. Many times we're just struggling with something else. And if we've had a history of depression, or if we had a hard pregnancy, those all can be triggers that can cause us to fall into more of a postpartum depression. Everyone's pregnancy was different. Everyone's experience through birth is going to be different. Everybody's first weeks with baby and months will be very different. And so, there are unique situations, and there is support for every single mom out there that needs help. And so reach out and get the help that you need. You're worth it, and you deserve to enjoy this new time as a mom.